The 240mm artillery rocket has a long-standing role in the Korean People's Army or KPA and has also been adopted by Iran and Myanmar. Like many other systems on the Korean peninsula, it offers insights into the New World. As a weapon detective, we're now investigating the North Korean 240mm rockets and their launching platforms, which are old but not obsolete. The North Korean 240mm multiple rocket launchers, or MRL, have been in our lives since 1985. At least we know this year as the earliest date. Many things we know about them are just estimates. We even named them after the year they were first seen by the US intelligence. The story of this weapon is also shrouded in fog. Although Korea was among the pioneers of artillery rockets with the Juche developed in the 1590s, modern North Korean efforts date to the early 1960s with a domestic version of the 107mm Chinese Type 63. In the 1970s, the KPA adopted a doctrine to strike Seoul with 10,000 rounds within a minute in the event of a war. The self-propelled gun, or SPG, component of this plan, the M1978 Kuksan, was first observed in 1978 and named accordingly. It was logical that work on the MRL component, a 240mm system, should have begun around the same time. However, as Westerners did not observe the first unit until 1985, they designated it as the M1985. At that time, it was one of the most capable artillery rocket systems, in some respects, even outperforming the contemporary Soviet BM-27 Uragan and the US M270 MLRS. The M1985's carrier platform is a North Korean copy of the Japanese Isuzu TW-20. The 6x6 vehicle uses semi-elliptical leaf springs and hydraulic shock absorbers on the front axle, and semi-elliptical leaf springs with torque rods on the rear axles, offering moderate cross-country mobility. Its turning radius is 9 meters. The unarmored cab accommodates through crew members, while the rest are seated at the open rear. The M1985 can be ready to fire within 2 minutes of the truck halting. Before firing, the crew manually lowers 4 jacks to stabilize the MRL. The 12-tube launcher has an elevation range from 0 to 55 degrees and can traverse 90 degrees to either side with manual controls. The spin-stabilized, unguided 240mm rocket uses a contact detonation fuse. It weighs 407 kilograms and carries a 90 kilogram high-explosive fragmentation warhead with approximately 45 kilograms of explosives. The M1985 can also launch smoke, incendiary, and chemical rockets. The full salvo of 12 rounds takes 45 seconds. The early 240mm rocket has a range of 43,000 meters. Each launching unit in a typical battery has a transloader vehicle to support it. This vehicle carries at least one full reload and a crane for manual reloading. The crew loads rockets one by one, a process that takes 12 minutes. Once the firing mission is complete, the MRL can leave its position within 2 minutes. Apart from North Korea, Iran acquired around 100 M1985s during the Iran-Iraq War. The M1985 has a 5-person crew. The MRL measures 10.5 meters in length, 3.3 meters in width, and 2.6 meters in height. It weighs 15,000 kilograms. The 210 horsepower Isuzu DA120 diesel engine gives a road speed of up to 80 kilometers per hour. Its range is 500 kilometers. The M1985 can negotiate 0.8 meter vertical steps and ford to a depth of 1 meter. The M1989 uses the Chinese Shanxi SX2150 6x6 truck with a 260 horsepower diesel engine. This modification raises the combat weight to 19,490 kilograms and decreases the road speed to 70 kilometers per hour. The M1989 has a crew of 7. In addition to North Korea, Angola also operates the MRL. The M1991 combines the CQ25290, a Chinese version of the Romanian DAC 6x6 truck, with a 22-tube launcher. The vehicle has a 209 horsepower diesel engine. It can be ready to fire within 5 minutes of the truck halting. A full salvo saturates a 950 meter wide and 350 meter long area, totaling 332,500 square meters. Apart from North Korea, Uganda operates the MRL. The Juche 100, also known as the M2012, is based on the MAZ 630-308-224 6x6 truck, which has a 395 horsepower diesel engine. The MRL enables the launch of new 240mm rockets with a range of 65 kilometers. North Korean sources report it can fire another version of the rocket up to 120 kilometers, although some Western experts have expressed skepticism regarding this claim. Apart from North Korea, Russia operates the MRL. Unlike the previous models, the M2017 has an armored cab. Otherwise, it shares the same 6x6 truck chassis and combat capabilities as the M1991. The latest M2020 uses the Tatra 813 8x8 truck equipped with a 266 horsepower T930XXE diesel engine. It features an armored cab for the full crew, an electro-hydraulic remote control for the launcher, and the capability to fire the new 240mm guided rockets with a range exceeding 80 kilometers. In 2024, a modernized M1991 variant was also seen for the first time during Kim Jong-un's visit to Pyeongbwa Motor's factory. North Korea has exported 240mm artillery rocket technology to other countries. For example, the Myanmarese MAM-02 uses the same 22-tube launcher, but mounted on a Iveco Magirus 380 E42W 6x6 truck with a 420 horsepower diesel engine. Myanmar produces all parts of the MRL and its ammunition. Of the 5 crew members, 3 ride in the cab and 2 on the cargo bed. When firing, 2 hydraulic outriggers in the middle stabilize the MAM-02. Iran, which had acquired around 100 M1985s during the war with Iraq, began developing the Fajr-3 in 1991 with North Korean technical support. Unveiled in 1996, the first prototype used the Mercedes-Benz 2624 6x6 chassis with a 239 horsepower engine. The production variant is based on the 6x4 Mercedes-Benz 2631 truck, which has a 310 horsepower engine. It includes a winch for the spare tire instead of ammunition reloading. Its combat weight is 19,900 kilograms. While many features resemble the North Korean counterpart, the Iranian 240mm artillery rocket benefits from modified fins, resulting in improved ballistic flight characteristics and accuracy. In late 2024, North Korea supplied about 20 M2012s to Russia to support its war effort in Ukraine. Ukrainian forces destroyed one of them by drone strike near Novopavlivka in Donetsk in 2025. A second one met the same fate in January 2026. Meanwhile, KPA units deployed in Russia to recapture Kursk most likely used the MRL during this period as well. During the ongoing civil war, in November 2023, rebel groups destroyed at least one MAM-02 belonging to the armed forces of Myanmar near the border with China. Hezbollah launched Iran-supplied Fajr-3 rockets during the 2006 Lebanon War attack on Haifa. An Iraqi group also used the weapon against the US soldiers deployed in Iraq on September 11, 2007. In the recent war, Hezbollah is again launching Fajr-3s at Israeli targets. It is unknown how many Iranian systems have been destroyed after Israeli and US airstrikes. North Korea developed the 240mm artillery rocket along with the 170mm SPG in line with its doctrine of striking Seoul with 10,000 rounds in a minute, turning the city into a sea of fire. The secondary mission of this weapon is to conduct saturation attacks to neutralize South Korean and US command posts, logistics hubs, radar installations, and airfields near the demilitarized zone. Naturally, KPA must have assessed that there would be casualties in the event of a war. In conclusion, it most likely has more than enough 240mm MRLs and 170mm SPGs, allowing it to fire far more than 10,000 rounds in the very first minute of fighting. North Korean 240mm MRLs are typically assigned to battalions comprising 3 batteries, each with 5 fire units and waiting in reinforced underground facilities near pre-planned firing positions around the demilitarized zone. Completing a 22-round full salvo and returning to its bunker takes about 7 minutes, leaving the South Koreans with less than 7 minutes to prevent a catastrophe in the capital city. Recent exercises have shown that they have managed to reduce the average response time to 3 to 4 minutes. South Korea developed unguided rockets with a range of 80 kilometers and GPS INS guided rockets with a range of 160 kilometers, both launched from the K-239 to achieve an effective counter-battery fire capability. The Republic of Korea Air Force has enhanced its precision attack capabilities against fortified targets. South Korea asserts that it can destroy 90% of North Korea's long-range artillery within an hour in the event of a conflict. However, despite these significant achievements, they still remain insufficient. Each advancement prompts a countermeasure. The KPA now operates new guided 240mm rockets with extended range, and the latest 240mm MRL variants include armored caps for protection against counter-battery fire. The Army continues to expand its ballistic and cruise missile capabilities. The North Koreans have already withdrawn early generation M1985s and M1989s to the second line. Nevertheless, the KPA needs just a minute to fire more than 10,000 rounds. So, even the South Korean miraculous average response time of 3 to 4 minutes cannot prevent a catastrophe in Seoul or heavy destruction of command posts, logistic hubs, radar installations, and airfields near the demilitarized zone. The Republic of Korea Armed Forces has recognized this situation and changed its plan in 2015. In a scenario in which 10,000 rounds turn the capital into sea of fire, the South Korean military will carry out a swift retaliatory strike on North Korean officials as a part of its massive punishment and retaliation strategy. Along with the F-15K aircraft and Chonmu-3 ballistic missiles, the Sejong-Daewon-class destroyers are essential to this defense policy. In the end, even today, no technological achievement has yet truly replaced the enduring power of the brutal, old-fashioned threat of mass destruction. In a possible war on the Korean Peninsula, the South has a technological advantage, while the North balances it with numerical superiority. Many great conflicts, such as the Second World War, the Vietnam War, and the invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq, have shown that over time, numerical superiority always prevails over technological advantages. Conversely, other major conflicts, such as the 1967 Six-Day War, the 1991 Gulf War, and the 1999 Kosovo operation, have proven that superior quality is the key to swift victory. Iranian Fajr-3s cannot naturally make their presence felt in the recent conflict, as the USA and Israel have almost total air dominance and did not conduct a land assault. Nevertheless, Hezbollah is still hurting its enemy with these rockets. In this new era, which carries the possibility of a major Third World War and many minor proxy wars, military planners must carefully consider whether the future conflicts are likely to be brief or prolonged. The Korean Peninsula provides a valuable case study for assessing future scenarios. We suggest that, as in the First Cold War, the threat of mutually assured destruction could be a more effective deterrent in the Second Cold War rather than reliance on tactical wonder weapons alone. Good old dumb brute force versus the smart one of the future. Developments regarding North Korea's 240mm artillery rocket system led us to this conclusion. What are your thoughts? We would like to hear your perspectives in the comments section. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. For more contents like this, please consider clicking the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments, and shares.